Record now.
Smile pretty.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. My name is Heather White. Today I'm here to provide some very important information in reference to compulsive gambling. I've been a table games dealer for 5 years now, and I've witnessed many people suffer from this horrible addiction. Compulsive gambling is very common. It is a behavioral addiction that goes unnoticed all around the world. Before I get started, I would like to provide some information on 3 types of gambling before I go into depth with compulsive gambling. From Dr. Hartney, PhD at addictionsabout.com. The professional gambler. This is the rarest form of gambler. This is how they make their income. All their time, money, and energy expended towards gambling is completely in their control. This is a thing that they share with social gambler. The social gambler. The social gambler is the most common form of gambler. The social gambler sees gambling strictly as entertainment. In most cases, the social gambler has no problem with financing their cost towards gambling, unlike the problem gambler. The problem gambler is the worst form of gambling. No matter what the negative consequences or problems that they have, they still insist on gambling and they pursue it. All problem gamblers are gambling addicts, also known as compulsive gamblers. Equally important, I'm going to explain what compulsive gambling is. Compulsive gambling is an urge that someone has to continuously gamble despite of the harmful and negative consequences it may have, or even their own personal desire to stop. Problem gambling is defined by whether harm is experienced by the gambler or others, rather than by the gambler's behavior. Severe problem gambling may be diagnosed as clinical pathological gambling if the gambler meets certain criteria. Pathological gamblers is a common disorder that is associated with both family and social costs. Compulsive gambling affects between 2 and 5% of Americans. It can involve a variety of ways and places to bet. And it differs from males to females as well as teenagers versus adults. From gaming addiction at medicinenet.com, which is a little over 5 years of experience in the casino, I have witnessed and experienced it all. Yes, this industry has provided a great living for many within this region that only offered a small chance of middle class. But on the other side of the spectrum, it has also had its share of ruining families, taking life, and leaving some homeless. It is an illness that needs some critical consideration. Also, I'd like to inform you of the causes of compulsive gambling. The exact cause of compulsive gambling is not quite yet understood, but it is, however, resulted from a combination of environmental, genetic, and biological factors. The simplest way to explain the biological factor is in the degree in which someone enjoys gambling. They may enjoy it so much where they can't resist the urge to gamble, whereas another person that also enjoys gambling has no problem resisting the urge to gamble. From What Causes Gambling Addiction at 7counties.com. Furthermore, I would like to now tell my audience about the treatments that are available for compulsive gambling. There are so many different types of treatments. I'm only going to be able to talk to you about a couple of the most effective types of treatments. Group therapy is one of these type of treatments. This type of treatment is helpful because it allows the addict to know that they are not alone. This helps with anyone that is an addict in any certain case. Another form of treatment that is very helpful for gambling addicts is the ability to voluntarily self-exclude from a casino. Voluntary self-exclusion is a federal law enforced by the Gaming Commission in each state. In Mississippi, you have the option to self-exclude yourself for 3, 5, 10, or a lifetime term. Self-exclusion can prevent yourself from being able to enter and or gamble in the casino in the one state that you self-exclude from. In attempted self-control, some gamblers self-exclude themselves from gambling venues. But this is not easy. It's as telling an alcoholic saying that they won't have another drink. It is very difficult to sustain such a power alone. In order to help them break away from the addiction, they turn to a place where they are most vulnerable, the gambling facility. The gambler signs a formal agreement with the casino saying that they will not be allowed to gamble at their site. This is the challenge of self-exclusion at therecoveryranch.com. In conclusion, I believe that compulsive gambling is rapidly growing among the United States and needs to be addressed. In my speech, I went over what is compulsive gambling, what causes compulsive gambling, and the treatment that is available. I felt qualified to speak about this topic because I have all the experience being a table game dealer. Compulsive gambling is very addicting. Next time you are out enjoying a night in the casino, ask yourself, what if I was a compulsive gambler? What do I have to lose? And who would it affect in my life? I believe that compulsive gambling is all too very much common all over the world. This addiction is a disease that goes unnoticed and needs addressing. Thank you.
Wow, pretty good.